interacts with us from the spiritual world, from the world of thought, and into this, but he talks and directly handles us and works with us directly through other people. Whatever you've done to the least of these, you've done unto me. In fact, when we go and we serve somebody, we are acting as an extension or a messenger of God when we make a change or a difference in somebody's life. And likewise, when people walk into our lives and they bring us circumstances, they bring us joy, they bring us knowledge, and things like that, those qualities, they are doing God's work, because God is trying to send this information to us, and he does it through the vehicles of other people, using synchronicity, using the law of attraction. Robert needs to understand this principle. So I'm standing at an elevator, and a guy talks to me, and I talk to him, and before you know it, he starts to go on about this principle. And all of a sudden, I have this knowledge that just, he was primed to deliver it, and I was primed to receive it. And the other thing is that authority. It all comes down to authority in a big way. You know, God is our authority, but how do we develop? We develop through an instructor, through a mentor, through a boss, through a correction, through an authority source. And that these authorities are actually very easy ways to grow if we will obey and listen to them. You know, for one person, a cop is an enemy, is a suppressive element, and on the other hand, a cop may teach us things about the law, ourselves, and other properties of our moral compass, maybe that we would not maybe be open to receiving from another source. Our mentor may come in and say, "This is how you stand uprightly. This is how you think uprightly. This is how you cleanse your mind and you stay pure and clean," and things like that. And without that authority coming in and imparting that to us, we might not learn that until we're 40, 50 years old. You know, we may never learn that. We may remain a rebel until we die. We may die of it. So it's really important that whoever comes into your life, you allow them to be themselves, do what they do, but regardless of who and what they are, that you allow yourself to take, pull away lessons, to understand, what they're trying to communicate to you, what lessons they have to share with you. So somebody could come in and do some crazy things into my life, which would, upset me, and I could not judge him, and he could try to impart wisdom to me, and there might be some truth in there, and I don't have to cut out that information because of who it's coming from. I can still pull out, some truth. Now, of course, these are not usually authority types that I'm speaking of here, but everybody's got something to teach us, and maybe it may be just one more way of not judging somebody. They may tell us something about themselves, and we learn and we realize that we're judging somebody and we have no clue why they're coming from that place. And once we do, we realize that we're really just part of their problem. We're just one more force that they're fighting in their life. And granted, maybe they shouldn't be fighting it, but we understand that they are, and that people do fight these sorts of things. And we can either be a solution, we can be part of the growth for the person, displaying hope and help, or we can be just one more thing for them to resist against, resent, and we can even defame and slander our own belief systems just by misrepresenting it to the people who are ready to see us display it. If you got something you can teach, be that element for them, but at the very least, try to keep your mouth shut, So these are some of the things that I've learned and how they've helped me to grow, to understand myself and my thinking properties. As I say, as you know yourself, you will know the universe and its gods. So, it really comes down to, not to make it eccentric around you, because the reality is, for you to really understand you, is only to understand yourself relative to God, relative to the mind of God. Because anything else, anything short of that is a form of aberration. It's not really what you want to be. And once you have this understanding of who you are according to the higher standards of life, once you understand yourself deeply in the way you think and why you're reacting the way you react to these high principles, to these lofty laws, to these large, high expectations, then you'll understand why other people ridge against them too, and why they suffer. And so you'll know others, and you'll be able to handle them. And so there is that element too. So anyway, this is less about going off on a lecturing tangent and more about giving you a background of myself. I've got a bachelor's in metaphysical science. I did go to school for computer animation, though I didn't complete that. And I'm working on my master's and my doctorate. And meanwhile, since I've had all this success with the law of attraction and things like that, I started creating, products and services and putting myself out there, because as I teach, I can teach myself, and there's so much that people want to teach somebody like myself. So I'm just so glad that you're on this journey with me. It's good to meet you, good to know you. Hopefully, if you have an engagement or it's some event where you need a voice of this subject matter to come in and shake up some ideas and philosophies, give me a call, and hopefully we'll meet each other one day. And if you're that kind of person that wants to, that has a story to share, please email it to me, comment, and join me. And if you have any ideas of things that need to be extrapolated on, let me know so I can help do that for you, and help you, help me, help us make this a better world. So thanks for your time, and keep venturing.